The National Bureau of Investigation files a graft complaint against former Tourism Secretary Mon Jimenez over a 1 billion peso ad campaign that allegedly did not undergo the proper bidding process. The NBI said the complaint before the Office of the Ombudsman stems from an investigation requested by Tourism Promotions Board Chairman Cesar Montano. Investigators allege that, quote, there are badges of fraud in the disregard of the bidding process when the DOT awarded an ad campaign contract to Dentsu Philippines Incorporated. In 2012, the DOT under Jimenez bidded out a contract for the development of a multi-year media plan for the campaign It's More Fun in the Philippines. All in all, the contracts with Dentsu Philippines amounted to 1.199 billion pesos. The NBI alleges that Dentsu failed the criteria and was ineligible to bid for the project. It also says renewing the contracts twice was irregular. The NBI complaint against the former tourism chief became public as Tourism Secretary Wanda Teo came under fire for the DOT's 60 million peso advertisement placements made to the media company of Teo's brother Ben Tulfo, a block timer at state-run PTV in 2017. The Commission on Audit has questioned the payments made to Tulfo's Bitag Media Unlimited Incorporated for DOT ads in the show Kilos Pronto, produced by the block timer. COA said transactions made by People's Television Network were not supported by the required documents. Jimenez said in a statement to Rappler that the complaint is apparently intended to veer public attention from the controversy hounding his successor at the DOT. Aside from the DOT ad placement controversy, people are also questioning why Teo's husband, Roberto Teo, remains a board member of the Tourism Infrastructure and Enterprise Zone Authority, an attached agency of the DOT. Malacanang brushed aside the supposed slant in a Time magazine feature, counting President Rodrigo Duterte as among the strongmen leaders of the era. Presidential spokesman Harry Roque says the feature just shows how the Philippine leader has exemplified strong and decisive governance style. The Time feature, entitled The Strongman Era is Here, Here's What It Means for You, ranks Duterte among the likes of US President Donald Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, and Turkey President Recep Tayyip Erdogan as examples of muscular, assertive leadership with little regard for civil liberties. The piece, published online by Time on Friday, described Duterte as a leader who talked more like a mob boss than a president, and who promises to wipe out the drug trade with his own brand of justice. To this, Roque responded, Filipinos have learned not to take PRRD literally with his colorful language, but they have surely taken seriously the issues the president has espoused, such as the war on drugs and crime. The spokesman also said that Duterte's brand of justice is within the bounds of law. Duterte is widely criticized for his bloody war against illegal drugs that is linked to thousands of alleged extrajudicial killings. The government itself counts around 4,000 deaths during legitimate police operations and even touted this as accomplishments. But some 17,000 more deaths are deaths under investigation. US President Donald Trump admits he reimbursed his lawyer for a $130,000 payment to a porn star ending months of White House denial. Trump tweets his personal lawyer Michael Cohen used a retainer to pay off Stormy Daniels, who claims to have had sexual relations with the now president. But Trump slammed claims of an affair with Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, as false and extortionist. The sexual encounter allegedly took place in 2006, 4 months after Trump's wife Melania gave birth to their son Barron. Cohen's payment was made days before the November 2016 U.S. presidential election, potentially violating campaign financing laws. In a burst of tweets, Trump denies the hush money was connected to his campaign, calling it a private agreement. Trump also said non-disclosure agreements were very common among celebrities and people of wealth. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences says it expelled actor Bill Cosby and film director Roman Polanski from its membership in light of the sexual assault cases against both of them. The Academy's Board of Governors met Tuesday night and voted to strip both men of membership in accordance with the organization's standards of conduct. Cosby, once the darling of American television, has been accused of sexual assault by dozens of women. A 12-member Pennsylvania jury found Cosby guilty on 3 counts of sexual assault on April 26 for drugging and molesting Andrea Constant at his Philadelphia mansion in January 2004. He faces up to 30 years in prison at his sentencing later this year. Polanski, who lives in France for his part, is wanted in the United States for the statutory rape of a 13-year-old girl in 1977. Bloomberg reports Google is building a social gaming startup called Arcade. The social gaming startup is headed and co-founded by 21-year-old Michael Saman, who used to intern with Facebook before moving to Google. Arcade's first application will reportedly have elements of trivia gaming. It will launch later this year. A Google spokesperson confirms the report, saying Arcade is focused on mobile gaming with friends, but that it is also a very early experiment. Bloomberg adds Arcade will not tie into existing social networks and will instead use a user's phone number to create accounts.